Baruch Hashem, today is Zayin Tishrei Tavshin Pei Daled. Today we are going to continue in the limud of the Hemshech, of the limud Hayomi, the Hemshech Hagadol of the Rebbe Rashab Tarfish Samach Vov. We're going to continue on Amud Ayin Zayin, which is towards the end of the Maamar Yad'ativ, where we concluded yesterday the idea where Ratzin and Tainug are both the same Sheresh. Ratzin, what's misgala from Ratzin is the Etzem Ratzin, which is why we see the Ratzin controlling Tainug. What's misgala from Tainug is only Amshacha, which is why it's a Tainug and a Davar Amurka of things that are combined. You don't have a Tainug and the Etzem Davar. Ratzin overpowers it, but because they're one koyach, the premise of the Ratzin always has a Tainug Hanelam. Like we see, and this is the idea of the Ratzin HaMitzvahs, which we have Bisman Hazeh, which Bisman Hazeh, it's Amarti V'Nasir Etzoni, the idea of the Ratzin HaMitzvahs. But L'Asid Lovoi, there's going to be the Tainug Ha'atzmi. And we see here, Mamash, in the beginning of Amud Ayin Zayin, Mashav Bobi Skalas Achshav B'Chinas HaRatzin Bilvad. We only have the Ratzin revealed now. L'Asid is Gal B'Chinas HaTainug Ha'atzmi. The atzmistic pleasure the Eibishter has to be Ratzin the Ma'aseh Mitzvahs, the idea of Mashanach Tzruach L'Fonei. And with this, we answer the question we began with. We had a whole discussion about Ratzin of creating the world versus Ratzin of Mitzvahs, where Ratzin of Mitzvahs is the Primus Ratzin. But then we started the conversation of Oisin Yitzayni Shel Malkim, and then we asked the question, it says Nachas Ruach L'Fonai Shalmarti V'Nasir Yitzayni. L'chayr is it Nachas Ruach Ratzin, right? Is it the idea of Tainug, or is it the idea of Ratzin? And here we see Ratzin and Tainug are really one, and L'Asid Lavai Yavi L'Asid B'Chinas Gilim Mamash, this idea of Tainug, which Commercial Ba'etzem B'Chinas Gilim Mamash. But now it's only the Amarti V'Nasir Yitzayni, because all we have B'Gilim Bisman Hazeh is only the Ratzin. This is a new Indian, which is not concluding the Yad'ativ, but something we're going to discuss over the next few Ma'amarim, the idea of the pasuk that says the Asal Mechakalo will be done for those that wait for it. Pirush Mechaka, what's Mechaka? In Tikva, hoping. We're hoping. You don't know if it's going to come or not. Something which you know is going to happen and guaranteed to be that's not hoping, it's waiting, right? You're not 100% clear. On this it's possible to say, it's a pasdagin shemakava that you're hoping shemikamakim, even though you're not sure, you're hoping shemikamakim yavadavar, it's going to come. Beruchnias, right? When we talk about it in Beruchnias, hoping is when there's no yedias, perhaps, I guess. So it's b'davar muvdal be'erech, something which is so like begashmi, something you're not sure it's going to come. It's muvdal from you. It's not shy. You do not have any control over it. So ruchnis is the idea of something which is separated from you at levels. Al zeh shaykhin in atikva, you could have the idea of hoping. Our soul hopes, chiksa, we wait, we say, yichake or lashon tikva, we're hoping for Hashem, we're hoping for something which we do not know, it's not sure, it's not forced, we don't even know how it's possible to be, the way it's now, our understanding now, that it's going to be, we strongly believe, and we hope that for sure it will be like this. There's also in hoping there's the bittul of the person that's hoping. You hope for something, you're bottled to what you're hoping for. If you're hoping and waiting for your friend, you're nullified and given over and secondary to him. Like if you're hoping your friend will give you food, right? So you're kind of bottled to that and that in because you need that and you're hoping for that to come. This is something which is totally separated. The idea of hoping. The bittul that you have when you're hoping for something, this is the Kabbalah Ilmach Shmam, which we said is the Akdama for the Avoida of Re'usa Deliba, which is this idea of Ratzin HaMitzvahs. Putting yourself on the side. It will be done for those that wait for him. Someone who achieves this level of mechakeloi in a oifen of Kabbalah's oil, someone who does this mechakeloi in a oifen of this hakdama, when Shiach comes, we will draw down this level of Tainug and Ratzon Atzmi. If it's held back to what we were talking about earlier, so Yashal Mechakle will pick up in the next member. But let's first finish up the pasuk we're talking about up till now. Anything that will conclude, or any oinig that you have Shem Ba'olamis. There is an end. This is not the eternal pleasure, the atzmistic pleasure of the Eibishter. The atzmistic Tainug of the Eibishter, which is a Tainug b'mitzvahs, liyos the in the mitzvahs b'chinas rotin atzmi. It's the Eibishter's real will. Like we said, this is the rotin pnimi, the one that's nimshach. We can reach the highest. We have all the proof in it that it comes from the etzem and reaches etzem. And but zedavki rotin atzmi nimtza b'chinas oinig atzmi. Like we said, they're one koyach b'chinas shashurim atzmi, in this atzmi is the pleasure that the Eibishter has. El shachshav is galos rotin levad. Now we only see the rotin oinig behelem the way it is in our koyches. This Tainug, which is not Kate's, we will see loss of love. So now we go back to the questions we had in the beginning of the Maimer. Peter Shash Loshin Chiba. Tainu, we're talking about Pchinas Tainug Atzmi Shenimshech Al Yedei Mitzvahs B'Poyel Mamish. V'zeu Ki Yedaitiv. The Eibishter is Yedaitiv, that Chibev Oisei B'Pchinas Chiba V'Ava Atzmis. There are three Lashonos of love that the Eibishter expressed to the Yidden. So here by Avraham we have Yedaitiv Chibev Oisai. The Eibishter loved him. Why? Laman Asher Yetzav Elas is Mitzvah Mishpat. What's Tzako Mishpat? I know Kiyam HaMitzvahs V'Poyel Mamish. Doing the mitzvahs the way it is through Kabbalah soil, through the Akdama of Kabbalah soil, which achieves this connection to the Eibishter, the Ratzon Atzmi. My last is mishpat tzedakah ba'aretz kibelach chafatzi. Like the pasuk says, we will do judgment and righteousness in the land because this is what I want. Chafatzi datke. This is the will. What's the will of the Eibishter? B'chinas rotzin v'tainug atzmi, which just expresses the Eibishter's rotzin, and atzmi is dika pleasure, which is behelim, which the tainug, like we said, is behelim, which got some kamacher. That's Rashi's pshat. V'targum mefarish ki yedaitiv lashon yediyah. Umashkos of laman asher yitzave. What way we touch laman asher yitzave? Hainu shayidiyah. The knowing is not forcing the choice. The Eibishter knows it. The Eibishter doesn't have to choose. The Bechira Chavshis. But the idea here is once the Eibishter chose the Neshamas Yisrael and Ki Yedaitiv, I knew him, Leman, and I chose him, right? The Gali Kadmi, it's known before him, Lamana Sheitzavet, that the Bechira is also from Avraham. The Avram chose it, and then the Bechira that comes after that, the Bechira Chavshis, that is the reason the B'dil the Yivkad. Yedua Lefanav Yisbarach Ato Kain B'shvil Sheyivkar Kach. The Eibishter knows now that Avram Avinu will choose it as so. The Shloimar, the Masham Atarg, Mefarish Lashon Yediyah, Verashi Pirish Lashon Chiba, who Hefresh bin Rat, B'chinas Ratzon Atzmi, B'chinas Oinig Atzmi. The Masha Kotz, Vatargum Ari Gali Kadmi, Koyal B'chinas Ratzon Atzmi. The Targum is talking about the Ratzon. Shinis Bar Le'il Sharatzon, Beis Galos. Nowadays, even the Ratzon of Atzam, it's just Beis Galos. Avot Hanuga Behelim, Beis Galos. The pleasures Behelim, that will be revealed, lost in love it. V'zel Shetirgim Unglos, Ari Gali Kadmi, B'dil Di Yivkat. Tanu Shal De Amitzos Deibishter, no, is Nimshach B'chinas Ratzon Atzmi, we'll draw down the Ratzon. But Rashi bin Shidayt of Lashon Chibat Oineg is love, and Shnimshach Kam B'chinas Atainu Ga'atzmi. Shegam Zen Nimshach Al Yedei Asiyas Amitzos Pam Amshachshav. This is also drawn down through the Kiyam Torah Mitzvahs now. El Shagilu Yil Asid, and this is what we asked in the beginning of the Maimer. What's the connection of Yedayt of Lashon Chiba and Yedayt of Lashon Yediyah? So we answered the Laman that the Targum misses out because that's Lachar Bechira, because you will choose, which that's what Targum is alluding to. But the connection between that is Rashi is referring to the Tainug Atzmi that's going to be Mizgal Asid. Avol Kvar Nimshach Achshav, it's already drawn down now. We already draw it down and we're kind of preparing it for Asid Lovay. This is Ki Yedaitiv Lashon Chiba. So the Maimer, Yadעתיו kind of took us on a ride of Ratzin v'Tainug, of which one is higher, until the ultimate conclusion where Ratzin is Taka higher, it controls Tainug, but what does it control? The Tainug, Hagolud, Hamshachas Tainug. But Ratzin, Ha'atzmi, which we know Ratzin Ha'atzmi because it reaches the Atzmas and is not interested in Dvarim HaMurkavim, whereas Tainug is, that is Ratzin Ha'atzmi, but that in itself has a Tainug Ha'atzmi, which is even higher, which is the pnimius of this combined Chaydish, this combined Kayach called Kayach HaRatzin and Kayach HaTainug, which is really one, and this, the way they're one and the way the Tainug comes out from the Ratzin will be Nizgala La'asid. But even B'zman Hazeh, we could already be mamshach these Tanugim Ha'atzmi for La'asid Lavai through our Kiyum, Torah Mitzvahs, B'Payal Mamish, through the Hakdama of Kabbalah's oil. Amud Ayin Ches. I'm out of the printout now. Okay. Let me see if I could quickly find it. Let's see. Oops. Ahak. Let's go to here, and let's grab Mamre Rabbeinu Nisyenu, Admur Ashab, and we're looking for Samach Vov. Samach Vov, Ma'amarim, I believe Zion through Tess, right? We're starting Maimer Zion, I believe now. No, we just finished Maimer Tess. Starting Maimer Yud. Fine. Maimer Yud, Vavraham Zaken, which just like we said, will start a new Inyan, which the idea of this Inyan is Limud HaTorah. Iyun HaTorah is through Yegia Dafka. Let's open it. Let's see if we can download it. Here, download. Gewaldig. And let's see. Okay. Zoom in a little bit. Let's make sure the zoom is good. Zoom is great. Yeah. Iyun HaTorah is Yegia Dafka. Teichen v'aschalas ha'maimer. Here we go. Amud Ayin Ches. Let's check the zoom again. A little smaller. Beautiful. Zok the Maimer. Vavraham Zaken bo Mayamim v'Hashem berech Avraham b'Koil Parshas Chaisara. Avraham was getting old, full in his days, and the Eibishter blessed him with everything. Tzarech lavin mashoimer b'Koil. V'enim mefarsh b'Mabercha. Shteit nishvas. It says he benched him with everything. What's everything? Brachas. I couldn't miss the previous brachas. Shemafarish explains and enumerates. It's a brachas. But Shkatzav eschal gadol, like we learned in Lech Lecha. That we had a whole matter about them. Derech Zmat Hashem. Why did Avraham Avinu bench him with that? Vavorcha v'agad l'shmecha. V'chein v'yidesh zaracha v'yitzbarucha b'zaracha. Kan oimer stam shebercha b'akol v'enim mefaret. Right? It doesn't explain, doesn't enumerate what b'akol is. V'enim mezer medayek zeyer. The Zohar is medayek here. Mashkatzav b'akol stam. Maybe al zeh Mashkatzav he says. Remember, we started with this mimer, this pasuk 2 minutes ago on the end of the previous mimer. What does this that we wait for the Eibishter? The Eibishter is waiting for those that wait for. Will do for those that wait for him. What is the shaykh to Makoil? What's mechakol lashon tikva? You're hoping. Hoping is something which is separated from you, because something that's not separate, something that's shaykh to you, you don't have to, or you know it's going to come, you don't have to hope for. Something that's beyond you, that's where there's hope. We said this is Kabbalah Samach Shamayim, the Akdama, where you achieve the Ratzin Tanag Atzmi. You don't know how it's going to come, you don't know how what you do achieves it, and you hope for it. Over tikva, this hoping, yesh also because like when you're regularly hoping for something, the hoper is bottled to the hopee. Yeah. Yeah. Through this you draw down the Ratzin and the Atzmisdika will and the Atzmisdika pleasure, which is done through Ma'aseh mitzvahs, through the bittul, Shazel P'chinas Eden. Fine. This fact we learned. What does the Mechakala mean? These are those that push their way into every smart every word of wisdom, and they're medayik in it, and they learn out of it, and they hope for it, leminda bira demila, to understand the depths of the word. So Elio chika over here means that Vidvarim is outsmarting him through words. Those that are medayik in every single word. Like holding yourself back on every word and being medayik every word. It says wait for Mashiach. Shulash and tikva. Right, so we have hoping and waiting. You're waiting for something. When you learn Torah, holding yourself back and waiting, when you take every word and you're medayik in it and you wait in it and you learn extra in it as much as you could. The main idea of learning in depths and logic in Torah, holding back and staying ala davar on a thing till you could grasp its truth. Like you literally see anything related to any mindful thing, in order to get the depth of the wisdom, to its truth. Like to get to the bottom of a ruling in the Din Torah, through the immense toil in your brain, that you toil in the kelim of your brain very, very strongly, very depth, slowly dafka, and then you can reach the truth of the thing. The main idea of Yigiyahu, you're not happy, you're not satisfied with understanding a thing on first glance. This is just a shallow understanding. You do not know the depths of it at all. When you learn it once or twice, still many, many times, and you do not yet understand this idea, you do not get the inner part of this concept, it becomes very, very questionable by you. You give all your power of your mind, power of your grasping, very much deep learning, and you take your mind at depth to know the truth of the thing, how it is. The deeper you go, it becomes more wondrous and more far from you and perhaps more questionable by you. Till you get to the depths and the inner kavanah and the truth of the thing that is in this way and this way. This is an extra step, an extra mile you have in learning something through depth, in depth, or through extra learning. Through this, translate Eon. Inspection. Yeah, deep inspection. If you say so. Dafka through this, you come to the truth of the things, more than you would have gotten it at the first glance. Even someone whose brain is very sharp, and you could grasp it in the first glance. You will not come to the depths of this idea, like someone who toils and overworks his vessels of his mind with lots of toil. Through toiling, you come to the depths of the seichel and the truth of the kavanah. And you can come up with kama sichlim chadashim, more inyanim sichlim, new intellects, but in this idea, without the inspection or the depth, you would not reach these inyanim. Through deep learning and deep understanding, you could reach it. So then in your power to widen the thing a lot, with many details and many branching, every detail to explain it in a clear, open understanding completely. which this is dafka through Iyun, where every detail is now taken out. Hashkafa Rishona, even someone that's Sichel Charif will not achieve this. The Limud V'Girsas HaMishnayos, when you learn, or you read through the Mishnayos, Loi Nasa, or Limud V'Girsas, learning and repeating, I guess, or reading out loud, learning and reading. The Mishnayos, Loi Nasa Elod Chadash, you do not get a new birth of Seichel. There's only whatever is explained in the Mishnayos. When you learn Gemara, which it's inspecting and pilpul zayin. If we're already doing it today, let's do why not pilpul, right? Today we're cheating with the browser. Fluff, no. Oh, Takted Yiddish. Let's see if it's Lashon Hebrew. This is called Bittul Torah. Argumentation. Shvach. Okay. Either way, Iyun inspection, Vapilpul, and argumentation. The halachas and the halachas should be Mishnayos. This is called Esev, grass, Mazriya Zera, which plants seeds, and Eitz Priya becomes a tree of fruit. Shemoitzim b'pilpulam. You take out through your pilpul, your argumentation, din chadash. You could learn a new shemoitzim b'pilpulam. You find in your argumentation. I'm saying that because of the ha'ara over here. Shemoitzim you take out, or shemoitzim you find din chadash, a new halacha. Something came out from the mibeinayu. Something came out from the words. Like in the Gemara when there was a Amiran discussing an Indian, nothing milsim beinayu, a new thing comes out, right? Come out the new din. This was concealed before the Iyun. It's like the deeper when you dig very deep in the land, you find water of a river, which becomes, this is a new flow from the source. Dafka through digging, that kind of creates this new makar, this new neviah, which wouldn't exist without your chafira. If you only dig abyssal, not so deep, you find water that's already gathered, or lake water, it's not coming from the source, it's not considered mayim chaim. If you go even deeper, you find a new flow from the source. Hanikra mayim chaim, which is living water. The deeper you go, you get a stronger flow. You can have more water spreading out, because when there's stronger flow, the water goes out further. All rivers from comes from all lakes come out from a river. And the river comes from Mikifir, from the source, from the source of the water, from I think it's from the Yamagadol, but either way it's from the Neviah here in the Neviah from the Sherish. When you toil very much to inspect in every idea, the deeper you go, you come to the depths of the Indian. You come up with new deep intellect, and Memela from this every idea becomes, because when there's more sichlim, when there's more inyanim, every idea becomes more wide with more pratim. So we started discussing today how you can have an extra bracha and an extra idea through oimek hayegia in limud Torah. That's where you dafka through there you reach the oimek hasaga and the ribui pratim b'yoser, something which you could not get just from learning Torah b'ashkafa rishayna. I'll continue discussing this. This is going to be the theme, and Al Piruchnius will discuss it. And l'chayra, this Yigiyah B'Torah will continue for this Maimer at least, and Mistama for quite some time. Torah is now going to be Limud Torah is now going to be with us for a bit. Yeah, and this will all come back maybe to the Oynega Elyon, the Tainug and Ratzin and Elo. A guten Tag, a Friedlichen Shabbos.